Hello, ladies. It's me again. So, this is One Word Wednesday, and the word for today is beliefs. And I'll be using that interchangeably with its present tense, former tense, and different ways in which to look at the word belief. So, let's just start off with the word belief itself and take it back to its original root word of believe. And so, in life, we grow up and people tell us things and we learn stuff and we start to believe in the things that happen in our lives that we've learned, that we know, which help us to then develop our belief or our belief system, which typically guides the way we think and how we look at things, what perspective we take. And it's really based on how you were brought up, what things your mom taught you, your dad taught you, grandma taught you. And so no matter what other people say or do, that's the belief system you come from, and that's what you believe. And really nobody can really change that overall but you. But also, what you believe is what you receive. So if you have this karma about everything that comes my way has been bad and nothing ever works out for me, and you start speaking that stuff, it tends to be that way. I remember that. I used to say stuff like, nothing ever works out for me, and guess what? Nothing ever worked out for me. I used to buy stuff in the box and it'd be broken, and I would say, well, what's broke now? And I open the box and something would be broke. And so I started confessing things with my mouth that I believed in my heart, and they manifested themselves to be true. So one day I got a box and I said, every piece is in this box, and I'm going to put it together, and it's all going to be there, and there's nothing going to be broken. And so when I got that box, every piece was there. I put it all together and nothing was broken. And from that point forward, it showed me that I can speak into my life and allow it to take form. And the Bible tells us that the power of both life and death is in our tongue. And it also says that how a man thinketh or believeth, so is he. So in other words, it tells me that if I speak life over my situations, then life will come to my situations. If I speak death over those situations, then I can expect death over those situations. And I can expect whatever it is that I believe, I will say out of my mouth, and then that's what I will receive. And so at some point, you have to change your beliefs and your belief system. And you have to line that up with what you want to see, not what you already see. And it's moving toward having trust and faith in God, and that you say a thing and confess it with your own mouth, and then begin to look for the manifestation of it, trusting and believing God for it to come to pass. Now, not everything that you believe and confess and lay hands on is going to come to you like that, but there's the possibility that it might. And I would much rather have the possibility of good coming my way than always bad coming my way. So I'm going to start believing that I have the power within me to confess life over my life, that I can confess the things that I desire, the things that are good, the things that are true, the things that are lovely about me, and confess those, not what somebody said about me or what somebody put into me, that I'm never going to amount to anything, I'm not any good, I'm just a hoe, or you're less than, or nobody wants you, or you're ugly, or you too fat, or you too... No, I'm just right because I am wonderfully and fearfully made. I am set on top and not the bottom. I am blessed going in and coming out. I am above all things, blessed in the city and blessed in the field. I am a lender and not a borrower. And I can confess what the word of God says of my life. And if I confess it and believe it, I'm sure to receive it because he said it. That means that whatever I'm saying really does need to be in alignment with what the word says. Why is it we believe everything that everybody else says except for what God says? We got to believe what God says about our lives, who God says we are. And that belief system is then how we're led and guided in our life. So there we go. I'm going to say have a great day.